Thanks for joining today, jamming onto that awesome chords right there. I am Ryan Neiman, Fantasy Sports U here. Catch us on the web at sportsu.com. Go to Twitter at FantasyU Sports and Instagram, pictures of dogs, cats, maybe photos of funny people I see at Walmart. Go to sportsu. I am Ryan Neiman. Thanks again for joining today. We got my good buddy here today, Sports Insider Jay Jackson, talking about the NFL, NBA, and the March Madness games are beginning today. How you doing, Jay?
How you doing, sir?
I've missed you. It's been a long time since I've had you on the show. I almost forgot what your voice sounded like, so I had to listen to our other podcast so I could remember what you sounded like.
Don't tell me that, man.
I need some pillow talk. My girl won't give me pillow talk. So I'm lost right now. But something that's not lost is the Chicago Bears. They signed Jared Allen to that 4-year deal, $15.5 guaranteed. What does this mean for the Bears?
It means two things. First thing it means, they solidified their front four, which is, we all know, football is won at the line of scrimmage. So you can get a consistent pass rush. Then it'll make things easier for the linebackers and the DBs. The second thing it did is now you can go anywhere in the draft. You can trade the pick. You can go for linebackers. You can go for corners or safety. You can get another defensive lineman if you want to. Bill Emery made this a fun winter and / spring.
Yeah, because Peppers went to the Packers. Who got the better deal, you think? The Bears or the Packers with their signings?
Well, you tell me. You look at the numbers. Peppers had what? How many sacks last year? 8?
Yeah, 8. Or he had 7.5, and Allen had 11.
I think 11.5.
Yeah, 11.5. I like Allen. I think he's...
I love Allen because every year he's been in the league, he's been double-digit sacks. The last 2 seasons with Peppers, you've seen, no explosiveness. Just a big guy. Really, I think Peppers is more like a D tackle at this point in his career.
Yeah, Allen, he's played in 96 consecutive games for the Vikings his last 4 years. It's surprising that the Vikings would let him go, a man of his caliber.
Well, I kind of see the Vikings trying to start over, build anew. So I think they're going to focus more on offense, and they really didn't want to pay Allen for his production because their defense still sucked, by the way.
Yeah.
And they just rather pay somebody younger. And the new coach, Mr. Zimmer, he wants his own philosophy, and I guess Jared Allen didn't fit in the equation.
Yeah, look great for Allen in here. We got Lamar Houston, Willie Young, and they only had 31 sacks last year. How much do you think they're going to get this year with Allen on this team?
It's not even about. I'm going to bank on that he's going to get double-digit sacks because if you look at his career, that's all he's known for getting is double-digit sacks. Hopefully the Bears use him right, like on first and third down or just pass-related downs because we know he's looking to get sacks. We know that. So pass-related downs, I hope he be on the field. So, but I just see as when he's on the field, he's going to make things easier for other guys. Your Houston, Willie Young, higher up the middle because they really need something up the middle. The up the middle rush is key in the NFL. Once you get between the tackle center, get in the quarterback's face, it makes it even tougher. I know coming off the ends is as explosive as a player it is. It takes a little time coming off the ends. I really want something up the middle. So Jared Allen's presence plus their exotic looks there is going to go with the multiple fronts. I think they're going to have more than 30 sacks, but if they just decent defensively, it'll be a major upgrade over last year.
Now, the Packers are always the class of the NFC North. However, does this move change the landscape at all for the NFC North?
Well, I think it makes the Bears a contender now. You kind of see, like, how Seattle and San Francisco they're both going to make the playoffs because they're good teams. You can still be a contender and be a wild card.
Yeah.
As long as you have Aaron Rodgers, you can never count out the Packers.
No, we saw that in that last game last year.
we know that firsthand. As you say.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really see how the Packers really improved on defense. They signed Peppers. What else did they do? They really not a free agent type team. So they're gonna. I gotta watch. Ask that question again after the draft, probably around May 15th or something.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this draft because they have a lot of possibilities now with this signing of Jared Allen. They could go in any route, get Jerrigan, Nix, a safety or a corner. What do you think the Bears will do in the draft?
Well, I really want them to get the corner Gilbert from Oklahoma State, or Clinton Diggs.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
Either one of those two guys will be good. If they don't want to do that, just trade the pick and try to get 2 first-round picks later in the round.
And I'm actually going to give credit to Cutler, even though you know that I'm not a fan of Cutler, but I'm going to give him credit where it's due for allowing Emory to restructure that contract for the Bears to sign Jared Allen.
Yeah. And I want to thank you. Applauding him, you thinking just because he's one of those guys, he's one of those individuals, this, that, and a third.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that helps the team. Cutler wants to win, too. That's why I think this move really puts the team on Jay Cutler's back now. He has no excuses. Both sides of the ball getting improved. It's on him to make plays and stay healthy. But I also heard that they might be trying to run and get Chris Clemens, so I like that. Bears don't rebuild. They retool.
Yeah, Emory's been doing a fantastic job. Makes Angelo look like a fool with all his moves he made in the past.
I wouldn't say a fool. They're just finally doing what a big market team's supposed to do. Phil Emery came in with a sight, a focus, an idea, a blueprint. He came in with that, a goal in mind. The Chicago Bears, what he said at the first press conference, Ryan, the Chicago Bears should be in a position to compete for championships every year.
Speaking of championships, in Chicago, when there's a big acquisition, Chicago fans lose their mind. We go gaga. We think championships. Does this put the Bears in consideration for Super Bowl bound this season, or you think it's maybe in the future?
This season. Mm-hmm. It's the NFL. Once the season starts, every team is in contention for a Super Bowl. You know that. Every team.
Even the Jaguars?
Even the Jaguars. No. Jaguars at the end of the season went on like a 3-game winning streak, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but
it don't matter. You playing for jobs next year.
Mm-hmm.
These are professionals. I hate fans and people that say, "Oh yeah, these guys, we can take such and such amount of guys and go out there and beat them." That's idiotic to say.
Do you think you and I could beat the Philadelphia 76ers squad, though?
They'll blow us out. They'll blow us out. Me, you, 3 of my friends, and 3 of your friends, and we got some subs as well, and they'll blow us out by like 6.
But I'm like Woody Harrelson in White Man Can't Jump.
No. You like Woody, the doll off Toy Story.
That is true, yeah, I could. Let's go to basketball. The Chicago Bulls, they're surging. They're 40-31, back and forth with the Toronto Raptors for the 3rd and 4th seed. Do you think that they can compete at all with the Indiana Pacers, who they'll likely face in the second round if they make it past the first round?
I honestly think the Pacers will be a better matchup than defense. The reason I say the Pacers over Miami, the Pacers are still young. Know that. They're still young. Paul George is not an elite player as a LeBron James is. LeBron James has the mental and the physical. Paul George is starting to develop those things. But I think Jimmy Butler can put him on ice, lock him up a little bit. And it's all about Lance Stevenson being a wild card and Luis Scola and David West hitting those little mid-range jumpers. And if they hit those mid-range jumpers, the Bulls are in trouble. But other than that, Noah can neutralize that, and I feel Butler can semi-neutralize Paul George. And you stop David West and Luis Scola hitting them little 18-foot jumpers, it'd be a good series. They'll probably go 6-7. I can see the Bulls coming out, going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That'll be a hell of a ride, especially maybe they make it to finals, maybe Rose will come back. But I doubt that he'll come back at all this season.
I wouldn't doubt that, but he would mess up the chemistry if he came back around the finals, because why would you want to come back? They made it this far without you. I wouldn't even put that in danger.
Now, I want to make a strong case. I'm not sure how you feel. I really want Joakim Noah to win the MVP. He's averaging 12 points a game, 11 boards, almost 5 assists, and he's 11 double-doubles in his last 20 games, and at least 8 rebounds in 16 of his last 20 games as well. And in 13 of his last 20 games, Noah's finished with at least 5 assists in those games. Should Noah, I think without him, the Bulls would just be awful. Do you think he should be MVP, or is it clear that Durant is the clear winner for this?
I feel that Noah should get some votes. Win the award? Absolutely not. He's not. He's a feel-good story. I understand that, but he's not doing what Kevin Durant, LeBron James is doing. He's not doing that. He's not that type of player. He's a great player. I love Joakim Noah, but Joakim Noah is not going to get you 25, 30 points. He's not going to put the team on my back and let's go out here and win. Yeah, he will do that with his emotion and his hard work and hustle, but that doesn't put the ball in the hole. And the Bulls are 30th in the NBA.
Do you think the Thunder would still be this good without Durant? Or who do you think has more significance on their team, Durant or Noah? I'm going to say it's obviously Durant.
No, you know Durant has more significance.
Yeah.
That team, Oklahoma City, they'll be looking to get Jabari Parker or something, even with a Russell Westbrook. Because Russell Westbrook doesn't make guys better. He doesn't. But he's a dominant player, a dominant force to be reckoned with. That's what I'm saying. And Noah's dominant as well, but he doesn't put the ball in the hole enough to win an MVP. He doesn't. The assists and the rebounds and averaging 12, 14, that's good. But you're not going to get an MVP award to a team that's winning third and fourth in a terrible conference.
No. I would just love to see him win it, just because really put the team on his back.
Most improved, he should be in the running for that. I hope he wins that, most improved player.
I was thinking him and Todd should win the Sixth Man of the Year. Todd should win Sixth Man of the Year, and Noah should win Most Improved.
There we go. Now we talking, Ryan. Now we came to an agreement.
I let my Chicago bias make me want Joakim win MVP this season.
Yeah, but you really should be just looking at what he does, because Ryan, really, who cares about the individual awards? What do you got to see? The championship, right?
Of course.
Grant Park, right?
Of course.
That's what I'd rather see. I'd rather see Grant Park.
Because I was too young to remember most of it. I was probably 8 years old when the Jordan era was going on. Not able to appreciate it, so I want that Grant Park celebration again.
Exactly. We all do. Who cares about all that?
But I want Boozer in there, so.
Oh. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be a part of it. But I can see him playing for the Bobcats or something.
Or maybe, to our next topic, the New York Knicks as the Phil Jackson signed a deal that will roughly pay him $12 million a year in hopes to turn that franchise around. Do you think Phil Jackson will immediately be able to turn this dismal franchise around that had 10 consecutive losing seasons from 2001 to 2010 and has not won an NBA title in 41 years? What do you think Phil Jackson's impact is for this franchise?
His impact is to control the franchise his way.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do things the way he wants it, when he wants it done. And if you're not ready to conform to his ideas, then peace be with you. Gone. Yoga, teams will be participating in that. Pilates, all type of things. That's why I don't think Melo's going to stay.
You think he's gone?
I think he's gone. They say all that good, but that's just smoke and mirrors. I'll give you a shot at free agency, but I'm really leaving.
Where do you think Carmelo will land up then?
You already know where I think he'll land.
Well, Chicago, yes.
This how I look at it. If Melo wants to win a championship, this is his best chance.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's all about the money, he's going to stay in New York. Then I know what he's really about.
I think he's all about the money. So I think he's staying in New York.
Happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants to do. Happy for him. It's going to be a fun summer for the Bulls, nevertheless, and New York is going to continue to be in misery.
Do you think there's any possibility that Kobe potentially leaves his last year in L.A., or when his contract is up in L.A., that he'll play his final seasons in New York and reunite with Phil Jackson?
I really don't know. I really think Kobe wants to retire at Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really don't know. And you already know they already put in special implications that the Lakers and the Knicks can't really do deals because he's dating the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that he'd do that just to be with Phil. Maybe I think he'll take a job under Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking.
It's crazy how this Lakers franchise has gone south so quickly, mostly because of all those huge contracts that they've had with Gasol and Steve Nash and Kobe.
But the Lakers had their run. They had their run, and it's just unfortunate events of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Especially if you're the Lakers, nobody will.
Nobody was feeling sorry when y'all was hoisting good championships.
Nope.
I wasn't feeling sorry for you, so now, hey, that's the price you pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business. Oh, well.
Now, going to business, Commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, is thinking about raising the age limit to 20 to play in the NBA. Right now it's 19. His reasoning is to create a competitive draft by allowing teams an extra year to scout players at the college and D-League levels, to ensure players enter the league with a meaningful additional year of maturity under the belt, which I think is absolutely crap, and to keep talented players in school because he believes college basketball is beneficial to the NBA and the game in general. Lots of people have shown support for this, from David Stern to Charles Barkley, with the notion holding teenagers out of the NBA would improve the overall quality of the play in the NBA. However, many do disagree, like Jahlil Okafor, the top recruit in the class of 2014, expected to be the number one draft pick in 2015. He's from Whitney Young High School in Chicago. As he said, I think it's just withholding a kid's dream. If they want to make that leap to the NBA to help their family, or whatever the reason may be, they should do it. Do you think the NBA should make this age limit even more, or what do you think about this?
I think the age limit should be raised to 20, honestly. Right now, basketball is as worth as it's ever been. It shouldn't be so many bad teams as it is. It shouldn't. And that's all because we have so many 18, 19, or 21, 22. How does a team get better when all the guys are the same age on the team? We don't have an even floor mix. The body's not developed. We know the mental's not developed yet because you're 18, 19. And now you're putting an 18, 19-year-old, a 20-year-old with disposable income in situations that he's definitely not used to with no guidance.
You don't feel that, why would you prevent a freshman who, you know, like, say like it's Kevin Durant as a freshman. Shouldn't he already enter the NBA with the skill set that he has instead of holding him back?
Who's holding him back? We're just developing him. You think Kevin Durant would have hurt from another year of college? Hey, when he first got in the league, he sucked.
Mm-hmm.
He scored still, but Seattle won like 18 games. Was that good basketball?
No.
Oh, that's a question, Ron. Was that good basketball?
No, not at first. But when you see that talent level, like a Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, I don't think LeBron James should have gone to college at all. Should have just gone straight from high school to pros because...
LeBron did go straight from high school to the pros.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I think if a player is in high school and they have that skill set, I think they should be able to leap from college and go straight to the pros.
You know, once-in-a-generation type players.
Yes.
Now I'm about to say, what about Johnny Manziel? He could have been a top 5 pick last year, right?
Yes.
He's still the same top 5 player this year, just a little more developed. And if you've seen the pro day today, he impressed. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of development. I can see from the fan aspect, I want to see this guy on my team now because this year my team has a number 1 pick. He's not going to turn your franchise around. He's not going to do that. Now, if you give him some time to develop at a lower level, with an opportunity for him to get his degree if he wants that, and to get another level or two to playing in tough places in neutral sites, just to get used to the atmosphere, you know, traveling here and there. I know they do that in AAU, whatnot, but it's different on the college level. You have grown men actually being father figures in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you out here in the NBA, you are a man, basically. That's a job.
If they potentially do increase this age limit, then should these athletes get paid then for being in another year without really having a say in staying or going?
I don't know about that. That ain't for me to judge. I would want to get paid, but I think what happened with the Northwestern thing. So That's a topic for another day. Like they say, 5 to 10 years from now, these college athletes are going to get paid. So only a matter of time for them.
So I'm heavily against the age limit being increased.
I see.
Just because I really hate a player. Most of these colleges take fully advantage of these kids. People think that these players get full scholarships. In actuality, they only get, only quotations. 86% of their schooling is paid for, and they got to find the other means to pay for it. Obviously, coaches will pay for some of that. But if the kid has a talent, I really don't think that they should stay another year. And I've always felt you're risking yourself for injuries, and you got to go for that money while you can.
I understand that, but you're risking yourself to injuries anyway.
Mm.
You can risk yourself to injuries in a McDonald's All-American game. Why play that?
Yeah, it's true.
Come on now. That injuries going to happen regardless. Come on now. I want to see a better brand of basketball. I don't want to see the Philadelphia 76. That's pathetic.
They also say if they do increase the age limit, that it will decrease the high salaries for rookie contracts, which is another reason why they want to propose this. So I think that would be a good idea, at least, for increasing it.
What, decreasing the salary?
Yeah, they're thinking about decreasing the salary if they do increase the age limit. That's one of the proposals for them.
And that's not no reward.
No, not at all.
Why would you decrease the salary just because they stayed a year longer?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense.
Well, on the topic of college basketball, Sweet 16 starts today. And currently my bracket is just looking like crap, looking like one of my ex-girlfriends. How is your bracket looking so far?
My bracket is trash. I still got two guys left, Michigan State and SDSU, so I'm pulling on those two, but my Final Four is trash. My Final 32 is trash.
Yeah, a lot of upsets in that first round. Makes it exciting, but still frustrating at the same time. And let's get your predictions on some of the games that are happening today and tomorrow for Sweet 16. Tonight, you got Florida against UCLA. Who do you think is going to win that matchup today?
Florida. UCLA is just too young of a team. You know, Florida is a senior-laden squad. They know how to play together. You know, Florida has that dominant defense with those long, aggressive athletes. You know, Wilbekin. X Factor. So, I really see Florida probably winning by 10 or 12.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with this Florida team. I have them winning it all in my bracket. They really don't have any studs besides Marcus Frazier and Wilbekin. It's just remarkable what Donovan has done with this squad this year. Then you got, in the same bracket, you got Dayton, who beat Ohio State and Syracuse to land the Sweet 16. And you got Stanford, two Cinderella stories. Whose dream is going to be kept alive in this matchup?
I really like, this was a toss-up game for me. I had to flip a coin like 10 times. This is a game I'm going to probably watch from beginning to end. Because it's the most intriguing matchup. Two Cinderellas, as you said. I'm going with Stanford just because of the experience. They have sophomores, juniors, seniors on the squad. I like leaning toward the teams that have experience. That's key in like matchups like this because this for all the marbles. And this the game's always decided like who's gonna crack first. And you know, a freshman is going to crack. But I like Kentucky as well, so.
Oh, I love Kentucky. Let's go to that matchup. Kentucky, they are playing Louisville, one of the most intriguing matchups of the weekend and probably the best one to watch. It happens Friday night. Team full of freshmen, full of talent, upset Wichita State. Probably one of the best games of the year so far. Did you watch that one at all with Wichita State and Kentucky?
I watched the whole thing. What type of question was that one?
I was pulling for Wichita State because Clay Anthony early, those shots he was making, those step-back threes, just was amazing. I was hoping that they would pull that off.
I hope he comes to the Bulls.
He's got the right type of player for Thibodeau to love.
He definitely is, but back to the matchup, I like Kentucky in this matchup because of their athleticism, and they have more guys. And maybe Calipari is finally just getting to the freshmen. Maybe they finally seeing a big picture.
Yeah, the Wiggins brothers, the Harrison brothers were tremendous in that game against Wichita State, and Julius Randle has just been a man in this tournament so far.
No, he's been a man child.
Yeah.
He's been unstoppable. That's why I hope they win. I would love to see Calipari win a championship after a turmoil year like this one.
Yeah, he said it's been the one team that was questioned the most and criticized the entire season, so it would be great to see him silence his critics, too. Another intriguing matchup is Tennessee Volunteers, who've been a surprise 11 seed, and are facing number 2 Michigan. Do you think Michigan is just too much for Tennessee?
I really do. Michigan has 4 players that can take you off the dribble and can shoot. I don't think Tennessee can stop that. And honestly, Michigan is the most talented offensive squad in the tournament right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be a firestorm from hell for any team. So I can easily see Tennessee. It's been a good year for them, though. So I can easily see Tennessee losing probably like 8 to 15.
Yeah, this Michigan team, I really overlooked them. They're pretty much the same exact team without, obviously, Trey Burke and Hardaway. But Stauskas has been a stud from three-point line, and I agree with you. I think Michigan's going to pull away in this game. Then you got Iowa State, number 3, playing UConn. Shabazz Napier against DeAndre Kane. Great matchup. Who do you have in this one?
This is also a good game. And that Iowa State lost their best player last week, but since they had a week to adjust without him, back this time, I think Iowa State wins the game because their bigs are better. DeAndre Kane, he's like a little D-Wade to me, a young D-Wade. But I want to sleep on Boatwright and Napier because they some shot takers and shot makers.
Yeah, Napier has channeled his inner Kimball Walker, and he scored 49 points in the first 2 games, but I totally agree that DeAndre Kane, he's averaging almost 18 points a game, and just amazing against UNC last week, will just be too much for UConn.
Yeah, he probably will be, because Napier or Boatwright can guard him because he's like a little grown man.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna wear one of those guys down unless they put like that wing defender on him. But then who's gonna stick there too? You know.
That's what I love about this tournament so far, with all these stud players that are in it. Even though Wiggins and Parker are no longer in it, but you still got a lot of stud guards, stud power forwards still in this.
True. It's always start power on team. No garbage teams advance. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta really want to play if you want to advance, survive and advance.
One team I love in this matchup is Baylor, 6th seed, playing Wisconsin, number 2. I love this Baylor team, offensive juggernaut. Who do you have in this game?
I love the Baylor team as well, but I can't sleep on Wisconsin, so I'm going to say Baylor because they showed me a lot blowing Creighton out by 30.
I could not believe that game. I was watching that entire. I'm like, holy crap! Is this Baylor team that good? I couldn't believe it.
So I'm gonna go with Baylor because I don't like Wisconsin anyway. So that's why I'm going with Baylor.
See, the only reason why I want Wisconsin is because I have them in my Final Four. That's the only reason why I want them to win.
Yeah, hey, do your thing, player. I ain't mad at you.
And then another intriguing matchup. Virginia, number 1, playing Michigan State. Great game. Who do you got in this one?
Of course, I got Michigan State. I know I made that clear.
Mm-hmm.
Made that clear. Senior-laden squad. Izzo, he has to go to the Final Four because he has a senior-laden squad. Point blank, period. Virginia, they have a good team, but it's just not their time. They ran into the wrong team.
Yeah, Adrian Payne and Dawson are just a tandem to be reckoned with on Michigan State.
And then Atlas and Gary Harris.
Yep.
Price.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many guys coming at you.
It's amazing what Tom Izzo does with this Michigan State team year in and year out that a lot of people didn't expect a lot from them this season, but they're going to go to, I think, Final Four this season.
It's because he knows how to recruit and his players want to stay and learn.
Mm-hmm.
How many players want to do that? He connects to the players on a certain level.
Too bad my University of Illinois can't do that. John Gross cannot stand him.
Let's give him 2 more seasons. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Let him just get his recruiting classes in there.
Now, the last matchup tonight at 9 o'clock, number 1 Arizona and number 4 San Diego State. Aaron Gordon, the stud on Arizona, likely top draft pick this season. You're going for the upset here, right?
Of course I am. You know I'm riding with San Diego State. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are my Final Four. I feel both teams are ultra athletic, but I always go with the senior laden squad, like I've been telling you.
So you don't like Aaron Gordon at all?
Aaron Gordon reminds me of just like a Blake Griffin in college. Just dunk everything. He needs another year to mature, I think. He really can't shoot. A free throw shooting. Well, you seen what happened in the Pac-12 championship. I don't have to go there.
So what game are you most likely excited for tonight to watch?
Most excited to watch tonight is Stanford and Dayton. Because I love to see how that's going to match up. That speed versus that some tall trees in the back. And they got good guard play as well, so I want to see the matchup.
Well, Jay, before we let you go, we want your insight of who is going to win the women's figure skating tonight. Who you got?
Can't be serious.
Well, I guess, Jay, you don't know everything about sports, huh?
You can't be serious. Don't get me wrong,
I must have misread your resume. It said figure skating expert, but I guess I misread it.
No, it was figure skating, women's figure skating wardrobe.
Oh, my bad, bro. Well, next segment we'll have you depicting who had the best and worst outfits in figure skating.
I do all the changing for the women.
Oh, how do you get that press pass? I need to sign up for that one.
Hey, man. I know people in high places.
Well, Jay, I appreciate being on again, and enjoy the games tonight.
You too, man. Hit me up anytime.
Definitely. We got to hit the city and get that limo and get all that champagne to attract all those women out there.
Of course, man. All on you.
What was that? All on me. No, not with this paycheck.
All on your tab.
We'll have to bring my grandmother along and have her pay for everything.
Oh, yeah. Granny got it.
And she's yours for the night, so you can take care of her.
I like them all.
More experienced, but less flexible. But, Jay, thanks for joining again today. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, man.
All right, have a great one, Jay. That was Jay Jackson, Sports Insider, joining us right now, talking about the acquisition of Jared Allen on the Chicago Bears, about the NBA and the direction that the Bulls are going, about the one-and-done rule in college basketball, and talking about the Sweet 16 matchups occurring tonight and tomorrow. Thanks again for listening. Fantasy Sports U here. Follow us on Twitter at FantasyU Sports. Catch us on the web at sportsu.com. And go to Instagram at sportsu. I am Ryan Neiman. Thanks for listening, and have a great one.